Alright guys, welcome to my Ocean One channel. I uploaded my video and it messed up the first part of it. Everything was too small, and I think that may have been because I recorded in portrait mode instead of landscape mode the very first part of my video. So I just wanted to redo the first part here and let everybody know that I'm trying to do a series of ocean videos, reviews after driving 5,000 miles. So I don't think I can do the ocean justice in just one, longer video. So I really wanted to break these up into several 20-minute videos, or, give or take slightly. Each thing that I do will have its own kind of different take. So I'm going to redo the video, and I'll label one portrait and one horizontal, so, people won't be too terribly confused, and hopefully that will fix it and you can watch it on a much larger screen. So I'm new to this stuff, and I think that was a mistake that I made, so hopefully that will fix it. If you're watching this video, the two videos will be almost identical except for the openings, and if this works, then this video will be able to be viewed on a much wider viewing area. So the first thing you can enjoy is this very cool backup camera. The second thing that you can enjoy is automatic rain sensing wipers, and I have them on the very lowest setting there. There they go. You can also enjoy the fantastic suspension of the ocean. It just handles everything you throw at it, and these roads are rough. These roads between two mountains, they've always got things wrong with them. And I like to call the suspension Baby Bear because it's not really stiff. And I was worried about that with 22-inch wheels, that it would be extremely stiff, but it's not. I like to call it Baby Bear. Watch out, dogs. All right. And it's not really soft. It is, I like to think of it as perfectly balanced in the middle, because I was really worried with 22-inch wheels that this thing would ride like a Jeep, like a brick on wheels, and it doesn't. It handles extremely well. Like this up here, look at this bridge. Look at the kind of roads that I deal with. This stuff is just, yeah, you can see. Now, another thing that you can enjoy is this fantastic rear view camera. Right now it's raining and my back window is pretty much covered and useless, but with the digital rear view camera, I can always see out the back crystal clear. And it's been my experience that the digital rear view camera hardly ever gets dirty. It hardly ever gets covered with dirt or mud or rain, unlike the rear backup camera, which, I have to clean quite often, as I do in pretty much every car I've ever had. So they got something special going on with that digital rear view camera. The thing that you can enjoy is the fantastic handling of the ocean. You can see that sign said this is a 35 mile per hour curve, and you can see I'm doing 50 and just zipping around the curve with zero issues at all. The ocean just shines on these curvy roads. I mean, it is just such a joy to drive. I love driving this thing on the curvy roads. I mean, it drives great everywhere, you name it, but personally, I just find it so exciting to drive on the curvy roads because it handles so well. That big heavy battery just keeps it planted. It's quiet, it's powerful, and you can enjoy all three modes of driving. Now, currently, I have the Ocean in Earth mode. Hopefully that's pretty clear. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read that very well. But I have it in Earth mode, and I almost always drive in Earth mode, unless I'm just, wanting to pass somebody. If I want to pass somebody, usually I will put it in Fun mode just to give it a little extra kick and put an extra smile on my face. Oh, there's another thing. Another thing you can enjoy with Fisker Ocean is never stopping at a crummy gas station again. I love being able to pass up the gas stations. It's priceless. I actually pulled over in a church parking lot so I could show you how the directions work. Now, the directions are real time. They provide traffic data just like Google would. And I pulled over here, and that's actually where I'm going, so I'm going to press go. And I am in a very rural area with a weak signal. I would like to clarify that. But you can enjoy real-time traffic, just like you would in your phone, just like Google Maps. And you can see here it provides that. See the little green dot down here where it says it's got the little car and it says 0 minutes. That means a 0-minute delay. So it keeps track of that. So if there were to be an accident or something, it would show me, that would turn red and start, adding minutes. That would be my delay. So it's been my experience that this works very well. The only drawback to the current directions is my current Ocean does not have 2.0 yet. That should be rolling out later this week, and I want to do a review after that. But I really wanted to do my review before 2.0 because, that's the vast majority of my miles so far. So traffic works very good. I'm very pleased with the maps. And just to be clear on that, right now, the Ocean does not have voice controls for maps, so that is a definite drawback to using the map. So I pulled over right there and entered in my destination. I had to type it in. Once it is Alexa enabled, I should just be able to say, hey Alexa, take me to Lexington, Kentucky, or wherever I'm going. So I look forward to that. But right now, that's something that I don't have, but it's definitely something that I look forward to. And that's another thing with the Ocean. You can just always look forward to things getting better. I have had 2 full updates since I've owned the Ocean. So, now I'm currently running on software 1.11, and my next update will indeed be 2.0. So I very much look forward to that. Another thing that I enjoy about the maps is, of course, it keeps everything up here on the screen, and I can minimize the screen. I can make that screen smaller and, do other functions here. Like I can press home, and that screen will change, and it will bring up the other stuff. So I do really enjoy that the navigation always stays up there. But another thing that I enjoy is that it pops up, everything that you really need on the navigation on this little screen. So that pops up. Now, if you're wondering about the little yellow light down there, I keep the lane keep assist off on these curvy roads. I've done that with every car I've ever had. These roads are just too narrow and too curvy to leave that on. That's really more of a highway help than anything. And now, once Fisker gets their FI pilot fully out, then that might change on these roads. I really don't know. Curious how well that works. But every car I've ever had has just simply been too sensitive to even attempt to use on the types of roads that I drive on. And you can enjoy heated seats with the driver, the passenger, and even the rear seats. And you can also enjoy a heated steering wheel. Now, I'm driving an Ocean 1. I want to make that very clear. So I'm one of the early adopters for Fisker, and I have truly enjoyed getting to know this vehicle. I mean, it is just so fun. Now, that's not to say the Ocean doesn't have some quirks. It does. Before my current update, 1.11, I would get a few errors on the screen and stuff like that. And now that's actually pretty rare. I usually don't get any warnings unless it's dark and raining, or it's dark and foggy. If I experience either of those two, I will still get an occasional warning with the front camera. But I think all of that will go away with 2.0, or at least that's what people are saying. So it's just such a fun car to drive. I mean, I love driving this thing. It handles so great. It's so quiet. And I don't like loud cars. I grew up extremely poor, and my dad drove a Chevy Love truck. Don't remember what year it was, but he would, come pick me up from school occasionally, and it was a stick shift, and that thing, oh my gosh, we would be pulling out of the parking lot, and it would go, backfiring, and I was so embarrassed, and I never understood why people wanted a loud car. And I just love this thing. I mean, I'm gonna press down on, okay, and that's in earth mode. There's no revving up. Now I hit a little, ridge there in the curve, but there's no revving up of the motor. It's just so smooth. It's great. Love driving this thing. Just a fantastic machine. The thing that you can enjoy is the radio stations. They automatically populate. So if you're listening to the radio, you just go to the radio and it will automatically filter all the radio stations that you can choose from. Now, I typically either listen to Christian music or I will stream my music from my phone. Now, I can't play any music while I'm driving the ocean because YouTube will get me for copyrights. So that works extremely well. There's just so much in this ocean that you can enjoy. And the handling here, like in this curve. I mean, you know, some of these curves, they're not nice curves. You know, they are dangerous curves, actually. You know, this one says 40 miles per hour, you know, and I'm running 53. And I mean, I could drive this curve way, way faster if I chose to do so. It just handles so well. One thing I want to talk about just very quickly is I've done a few, you know, YouTube videos for my Fisker Ocean so far, and I get a lot of compliments, which is really strange, but I get a lot of compliments thanking me, you know, for not having my car in a pristine condition. I'm not a YouTube reviewer. That's not me. I'm a regular Joe person that just happens to drive the ocean, that just happened to have started a YouTube channel because I love the ocean. And I just wanted people to know about it and to experience it. And so, you know, when you're watching my reviews, you know, you're going to see floor mats that are a little bit dirty. You're going to see water bottles in the floor. You know, you're going to see receipts laying around. This is my daily driver. I drive this thing every single day. There's never a day that the ocean gets a day off. I mean, you know, it's my daily driver. Now, my wife and I will switch back and forth occasionally, you know, because sometimes she really wants to drive it. And the original intention was for this to be my wife's. But for some reason, you know, it just kind of worked out that I ended up being the driver most of the time because she doesn't drive much anyway. She does drive to work, and I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but anywhere else that we drive, if we are together, I'm the driver. She never drives if we're together. So it just kind of worked out that I am the driver of the Fisker Ocean. And I have no complaints about that because I love driving this thing. And I get to share it with you guys, you know, when you're watching my videos. Because I think other people that drive the ocean, you know, they borrow the ocean for a day and they're not familiar with it. And there is just so much to love about this ocean. And I'm going to point that out as I go through my review. With the Fisker Ocean, you have regenerative braking, and the regenerative braking works great. You have high, medium, and low. Now, personally, I keep it in high just because it provides the stronger regen slowing down. But if you want the absolute best mileage, the best range, and you want to eke out every mile that you can out of the Fisker Ocean, I highly recommend putting it in low. I actually won the Fisker Max Range Challenge, and I drove that in low because you don't want too much slowing you down. But like right now, you know, I just let off the accelerator for this curve. I didn't touch the brake. I simply let off the accelerator. And, you know, that is extremely fast, extremely responsive, and it is just such a fantastic way to drive. It is so much different than driving a non-electric vehicle. You know, all electric vehicles will provide regenerative braking, but they're just set up in different ways. You know, they'll have different levels. They all have their own little pluses and minuses. But I find that the Fisker Ocean in high to just be such a fantastic driving experience with the high regen. But again, you know, if you're going after that max range, I would put it in low, but you know, that's for a different story. I'm just trying to go through all of the things that you can enjoy with the Fisker Ocean on a daily drive, because I'm simply going to the doctor and I wanted to start my 5,000 mile review. Now, one other thing here you can see is the boost mode. Hopefully you can see this well enough. I have 500 boost modes left. I've never used boost. This thing is crazy fast. I couldn't imagine why anybody would even want to use boost mode. Put this thing in hyper mode, press down on the accelerator, and I just don't see how you could possibly need more than this thing provides. Unless you just want to go to the track and show off. Yeah, I see no reason to even have a boost mode. This thing is fantastic. What's a current drawback to driving the Fisker Ocean? The FI pilot, that's a drawback because it's not active. And once it gets active, that's, man, I really look forward to that. That's supposed to be coming in May, but right now FI pilot is mostly not active. So a drawback to driving the Fisker Ocean is, you know, when you're on the highway or something and you want to use adaptive cruise, Fisker Ocean owners still don't have adaptive cruise yet. That's supposed to come out in May, and that's going to be part of a whole ADAS suite, you know, advanced driver assistance systems, to help the Ocean in so many ways. I mean, you know, you're eventually going to be able to pull into a parking lot and say, you know, park my car. I think people underestimate just how advanced the Fisker Ocean will actually be, and I look forward to all that getting activated. But as far as a drawback, I find that disappointing right now that it still does not have adaptive cruise. But I can live with that for a while, because this machine, I love driving this machine. I mean, look at these curves that I'm driving on, and this thing is just so fun to drive. It's so quiet, it's so powerful, it's so isolated, and you may have heard something roll around in the back there, because, you know, I'm taking these curves at a, you know, a pretty good pace, because the curves are, you know, they're pretty steep, they're pretty curvy, so I just really enjoy driving this thing. That you can enjoy with the Ocean is it does have auto fold mirrors. I currently have that off because, you know, we've just gone through the winter here in Kentucky. You can program the lift gate too. That's pretty cool. That's another thing that you can enjoy. So there's no doubt about what software version I'm running. You can see right there I am running operating system 1.11, and that is the last update before everyone gets 2.0. Hopefully I could just kind of demonstrate the passing power here of the Ocean. It is kind of rainy, it's kind of yucky, but I'm going to be totally safe about this. Watch this. And there's no way I'm flooring this thing through here. No way. Just barely pressed down on the accelerator. Went from 40 to what, 70, you know, pretty fast. Oh my gosh. Passing in this thing is effortless. I mean, effortless. I didn't even press the pedal down more than probably a fourth. Not half, not 3/4, no way full. Oh my gosh, this thing is screaming fast. This Ocean is just so fun to drive. People that have never driven this thing, or, you know, just get to drive it on a very short stint, you know, around the block, you don't get to appreciate the handling that this thing has. Fisker has just done a fantastic job with the suspension. Again, I really like to call it Baby Bear. It's so fun. Okay, I want to do something fun here. You can see I have changed the regenerative braking from high to low. And you might be thinking, well, why would you do that? Well, I would definitely say that high provides the best driving experience because you rarely ever have to touch the brake. But when you're going for efficiency, low is the better efficiency. Now, Fisker and I are just going to have to disagree on this because they would tell you differently. But I have driven down this hill that I'm getting ready to drive down several times. I've driven it down in high regen, medium regen, and low regen. And guess what? You get the most energy back when you go down this hill in low. And you might be thinking, why is that? Well, that's because you're not slowing the car down too much. And yes, even in low, you're getting regen, but you're not regenning as much, so it doesn't hold the car back as much. And what happens is, this hill is a mile. Going down this hill is a mile. So as you go down it, if you have it in medium or high, it's too hard to control the throttle to where it's not slowing you down too much. You're actually having to press the accelerator. But I have it in low. So let's watch everything here. Getting ready to go down the hill. Okay, I'm actually just cresting the hill, and I have 74% range. Okay, now I'm not going to film all of this because it's going to take a while to coast down this hill, but I'm going to let it go down the hill, and then we'll see what happens at the bottom of the hill. Remember, 74%, 262 miles of range. All right. Okay, I am almost at the bottom of the hill, and the rain picked up, so I just got an ADAS fault. It does that in the rain, but look at this. Look where I am now, 75%. Under no circumstances, if I had come down that hill in high or medium, would I have gotten a full percentage back on the battery. I've done it. I've done it over and over. I've tested it. So that's pretty cool. Now, some people may watch that and think that that's strange. Well, it makes perfect sense to me because you're not holding the car back too much. High and medium are not the most efficient. They're just not. They're the best driving experience, but they're not the most efficient. Okay guys, look what's getting ready to happen. 4,999.6 miles on the Fisker Ocean. And I have to say, this is the most fun car I've ever had in 5,000 miles. I mean, this car has been a blast. It's simply the best car I've ever had, by far. We have a Mazda CX-9 2021. And every time I get in this thing, it just makes me feel like I've gone into the future. And when I get into the Mazda, it just makes me feel like I've gone back in time 10 years. So really enjoy driving this thing. And I'm going to start my 5,000 mile review going forward. Hopefully at some point, hopefully this week, actually, I get update 2.0 and I can start doing reviews over that. I'm going to do my 5,000 mile review in several parts. This is just one small part of my 5,000 mile review. I'm going to break it up into segments so it's not too terribly long. But if you're enjoying my content, just please like and subscribe. And I'm just trying to grow my channel and get accurate information out for the Fisker Ocean, because I think the Fisker Ocean has gotten some bad reviews from people that haven't spent enough time with the car to get to know the car and to just truly appreciate just how great this machine really is. And as the updates come through, it's only going to get better. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm just going to start doing a series of videos going forward on the Fisker Ocean. So thanks a lot, and I'll probably post this in a little bit when I get time. So just a quick exterior shot of the Ocean here to end the video. I think it's a fantastic looking machine. I get nothing but compliments on it, and you simply can't find a bad angle on it. Now I'm going to do several, my plan is anyway, to do several series going forward of the Fisker Ocean, and I'm going to break them up into smaller segments instead of trying to do one big review. I think that's going to do the Ocean a lot better justice for it. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching.